Welcome to this tutorial on Kubernetes Object Identification. In this video, we'll explore two fundamental fields that appear in every Kubernetes manifest file: API version and kind. These fields are essential for telling Kubernetes exactly what type of resource you want to create and which version of the API to use. Understanding these fields is crucial for writing effective Kubernetes configurations, so let's dive in. Let's start with API version. The API version field specifies which version of the Kubernetes API you want to use when creating an object. Think of it as telling Kubernetes which rulebook to follow when interpreting your manifest file. Different API versions may have different fields and structures, so it's important to specify the correct version. For example, when you write API version :apps/v1, you're telling Kubernetes to use version 1 of the app's API group. The API version field follows a specific structure. It consists of two parts: the API group and the version, separated by a /. The API group is a logical collection of related resources. For example, the apps group contains application-related resources like deployments and stateful sets. The version part indicates which specific version of that API group you're using, such as v1, v1 beta 1, or v2 alpha 1. Together, these form the complete API version value. Here are some commonly used API version values you'll encounter. v1 is the core API group and is used for basic resources like pods, services, and config maps. Apps/v1 is used for application controllers such as deployments and stateful sets. Batch/v1 handles batch processing resources like jobs and cron jobs. And networking.k8s.io/v1 is used for network-related resources such as ingress and network policy. Each of these serves a specific purpose in Kubernetes. Now let's talk about the kind field. The kind field defines the type of Kubernetes resource object you want to create. While API version tells Kubernetes which API to use, kind tells it what specific resource type to create within that API. The kind determines the structure and behavior of your resource. For example, when you write kind:"deployment, you're telling Kubernetes that you want to create a deployment resource with all its associated properties and behaviors. Let's look at some common kind values you'll use frequently. Pod is the smallest deployable unit in Kubernetes and contains one or more containers. Deployment manages replicated application pods and handles rolling updates. Service exposes applications running on pods, making them accessible within or outside the cluster. ConfigMap stores configuration data as key value pairs, allowing you to separate configuration from your application code. Each kind has its own unique purpose and use case in Kubernetes. So how do API version and kind work together? These two fields form a partnership that uniquely identifies the resource schema. When you combine API version apps/v1 with kind deployment, you're telling Kubernetes exactly what object to create and which API specification to use for that object. Kubernetes uses both pieces of information to understand the structure of your manifest and validate it against the correct schema. This ensures your configuration is interpreted correctly. Kubernetes API versions follow stability levels that indicate how mature and stable a feature is. The alpha level, like v1 alpha 1, represents experimental features that may change or be removed. These are not recommended for production. The beta level, such as v1 beta 1, indicates pre-release features that have been tested but may still undergo changes. Finally, stable versions like v1 or v2 are production-ready, well-tested, and come with backward compatibility guarantees. Always prefer stable versions for production workloads. Let's look at a complete manifest example to see these fields in context. At the top, we specify API version :apps/v1, which tells Kubernetes we're using version 1 of the app's API group. Next, kind:"deployment indicates we're creating a deployment resource. The metadata section provides identifying information like the name. And the spec section defines the desired state, including the number of replicas and selector labels. Notice how API version and kind are always the first two fields, setting the foundation for everything that follows. Let's recap the key takeaways. First, API version specifies which version of the Kubernetes API to use for your resource. Second, kind defines the type of resource you want to create. Third, both fields are required in every Kubernetes manifest file, without exception. And finally, always use stable API versions for production workloads to ensure reliability and backward compatibility. Mastering these two fields is fundamental to working effectively with Kubernetes. Thank you for watching, and happy learning.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.